Hello and welcome back to the Druidic Stormcloud channel where today I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. Let's go ahead and jump right into the game. I hope you're ready. I hope you're prepared. We're going to be diving right into the game. I'm going to wait here a little bit so that it possibly becomes the thumbnail. This should be long enough, I think. Right? We're going to go ahead and randomize our minion once more. I did come across another one that not mount, minion. And we have the Mammoth 001. Alright, let's go ahead and continue the main storyline here for Stormblood. Hitting, slaying, aiming. We're going with the slaying because Dragoon is the one we're gearing up next. Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, dearest, or brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits was successful. Indeed, there were several among the Scions ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arvland Lentinus, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo. For an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Girarbania. Same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our ranks, or with our swelling ranks, and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Aldine that we draw up plans for an assault on Castium Valdaina. The bridge. Then, in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Alright, quest accepted. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo. Alright, so Alamigo has a royal palace. a Garlean military procession. Bit of a parade, showmanship.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near-total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards. Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gyr Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
And so the Empire is not as united as they might make you think. Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties. We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require some time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Alright, we're going with slaying. Alright, there are 3 quests to pick up. Because it certainly has seen you somewhere before. I beg your pardon. This woman who sets... The woman who bested Gaius von Belsar wishes to offer me her assistance. I say, this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask of their motivations for taking up his cause and so forth, or this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and Kiara, thank you for your service, now and ever after. Alright. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. I had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know. And there's always a need for cooks. Or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties bring to turn up. And you have a quest for us. You want help, do you? Huh. Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot out unattended, could you go and ask Teeb for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so, or whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, as long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. And then you have something for us to do as well. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this eve. Yet nary one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time and or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all. These would-be warriors send them to me. Should you chance to find them. All right. I hope my voice for that one was interesting enough. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps? Or to make amends for the ones I couldn't? My father and brother were worked to death while building a castrum. What did that matter to the Garleans? Eh? More where that lot came from. Or more where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. Okay, and there is one of the recruits in here, probably. Ah, they were just off praying. I know. I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Okay. Another one of the people that we need to talk to. Where did the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance. But it's simple. I wasn't fighting for All Amigo. If I wasn't fighting for All Amigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not. And if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship. If you live long enough, you'll die stealing someone else's land, like us not. But that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Now then, rather than going around to all of the different spots, we're going to make this a little more streamlined, and we're going to do this in a bit of a counterclockwise path. With a fiery recruit there. Training. Yeah, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. All right. By the way, if there are games that you want to see me play on stream, be sure to let me know in my Discord under the recommendations. A brooding recruit. 1,000 pardons. I was so preoccupied was I with the question of whether All Amigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. There's another recruit. The teacher calls for me? I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitek armor, you see, and... yes, of course. There is no time. If you would excuse me. Okay. Well, let's start with you. Then we'll look for the other guy. Herbs, was it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand. Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 sprigs and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Okay. So we're going to have to gather 4 more things of herbs. Huh. Where is this recruit? Well, there is that one indent there that's his place, though. Oh, there you are. Faint-hearted recruit. Here's a coward. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through her training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. Alright. Now we have to go around and gather herbs. I am sorry that this one is very much focused in the Reach itself and not going off into doing battle. Wait a minute. There's a person up there I have to question still, isn't there? Yeah, all the way up there, okay. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Little appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach. As for the Imperials, or as if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis thankless job to teach, some say, but I say Their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Yeah, I figured she was kind by being not so gentle with training. It makes sense. Alright. Hey Marco, what you doing over there? Well, we got all the herbs. So let's just swim across here. We'll turn in this one. Then go talk to that last person that I missed. Yeah, there you are. Got the herbs I asked for? Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause, though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children, more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So, we partake, as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. Alright, and we're level 69. We're almost level 70. And I didn't actually manage to get any other classes or jobs to level 60 yet. And I'll probably have to go Gunbreaker for a while here. And I could go Dancer. I haven't played that job yet. That's the thing. But yeah, I want to keep it somewhat even among some of the jobs at least. I definitely need to level and go through the storylines of the Way of the Hand and Way of the Land jobs. Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend of the Imperials butchered before my very eyes, back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a flume of steel to the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. I hadn't really had a lot of time to do grinding off stream. I was busy with the holidays, as you might suspect. Well met, Kiara. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters, I asked. Oh, as fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend, Never. Maybe now we'll get something that is more action related. But that is a look into the very nature of this current conflict. A look at how these people are struggling to keep up what they're doing. Damn it all. Where could I've gotten to? Huh? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Must, or maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it. I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the Reach since, so it's gotta be around here somewhere, so no action yet. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officer's pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please, help me find it. Alright, let's go and get that. Oh, there it is. Here you go. I swear, I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. Seven Hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessing of the monks. And then Theoden came and burned it all to the ground. A mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Alright, healing and casting. We're going to go with healing, obviously, because it's what we do. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Kiara, I hear you've been keeping busy. Yeah, all over the camp. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castium Volodina to General Aldine, personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castium Ornias before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well. I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Creely and Eustola will wish to remain here to support the Kyrugians, but nevertheless we should go and ask them. Alright, time to go talk to our friends. Then we go to the Cassium that we already took over and prepare for an assault on the bridge. Sounds like that's how things are going. Is Artemis? I see. And that would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. That's not her voice. This joint operation marks the turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support, as well as was the case with Ishgard. However, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what path he or she would play. I'll fight. For Ala Mhigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother. When the Empire marched on Eorzea, they will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darmus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am, of course, of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilberd's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion, given our actions thus far, but if you require a renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause, for it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Amphilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Eustola for now, and tend to the wounded. As for you, Kiara, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edelmont, the woman who slew Gaius von Baelsar, and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. we can but carry on. Well said. Well said indeed. No, not skip. Take care, Ursula, Frilly, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Elise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Monago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Kira? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Cassian Orianus would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Monago to wait a little longer. Alright. We might be getting another dungeon here soon. But one way or another, if this class reaches level 70, I think I'm going to have to... No, that's 56. 58, I mean. Yeah, I'll have to switch up job if it goes past 7, or goes to 70. Nope. What are the odds? Lilith is my niece, lest you wonder, and she has told me much and more about you in her letters. But where are my manners? Ulgar Ironheart at your service. I'm an explorer, like most of the clan, and my niece bade me share with you such knowledge I have accumulated. Here, let me alone. Let's see, definitely there, and there, and there, and there. Yes, that will suffice. My explorations have taken me far and wide, but dearest to my heart are the regions of Olamigo. Beauticious in their ruggedness, the land of the far east, glorious in their diversity. There are many wondrous sights to be seen in these places, and I've written down... Okay, so it's the site log guy. Okay, I didn't mess up. And with that, I shall leave you to resume your adventures. Sightseeing log expanded. Okay. So, look, be accompanying us. Full glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let's be off. Okay. And I'm almost level 70. And this is on one of the few that a few healer jobs that haven't reached level 70 yet. As you can see, White Mage and is already at level 70. Sage starts at level 70, and I don't quite have Astrologer at the level where I can take up Stormblood quests. And I could run through some dungeons to get Scholar. No, not Scholar. Astrologian. I could run through some dungeons to get Astrologian up there. And if I accidentally get Scholar too high, I'm going to probably have to. The other option would be to level up a tank job that can't use the Hellfire set. Here we go! Time to turn a quest in. I'm not turning it in yet. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good! I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General, he proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture the Castium at the bridge. Capture that Castium? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There's no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Weapon? I want that Castium watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this once. If there's no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Taropin? Hey Marco, what's up? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it would seem. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, losses will be suffered in the meantime. Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission. See how he would like to proceed. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune of running afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond East End, just north of the Castium. Alright, so that's where we need to go. Alright, let's go this way. It's a bit of a loop, but it'll also take us to parts I haven't been before. Okay. Level 61 enemies. That might be doable. I might be able to just fight some enemies. Healer job that isn't at level, and the Chocobo as a tank. As long as I can get them alone. This ought to be close enough. Now, let's settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready in the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Okay, level sync to 63. There's going to be a fight, and there's going to be cutscene.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Rhalga's Reach.
Oh.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
You!
Oh boy.
Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine!
Oh no.
Mavrid! Hell take you!
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells. It's him. It's Xenos.
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
Okay.
So spirited, and yet so empty. A magical barrier. Alas, it will not save you.
Stola.
Y'shtola!
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
Oh no. This is not good.
Kryl!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught. Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
Okay. This is a very troubling situation. Oh. Okay. Okay, this way. It is actually killing them, I think. Okay.
For the glory of the flames!
We're even slaughtering people who surrender. This is a stereotypical villain thing. Their attention off of the stragglers is the strategy I'm currently using. Not exactly a healer related strategy, but Obsidian Carbuncle. I was distracted by an Elfinod summon.
Rebel scum!
Okay. Oh.
took you so long? Alphino, I need your help! My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
Right, there are 3 of us and 1 of him.
As one!
Be gone!
Oh.
Give me something to remember.
I think this is more of a stay alive situation than a beat the enemy situation. Okay, I am still here.
Don't stop now.
Alright, we're doing okay, I would say. I'm half convinced this is what I'm supposed to have lost by now. I had forgotten about the Art of War I was using. I was spamming it earlier and then I forgot about it. Yay. Of course it's a sunblock one. Okay. Okay. I survived the longest you possibly can. I am not going to complain.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
This is gonna hit the morale big, isn't it?
You all right, lass?
I think my pride might have taken a knock.
There's no ordinary foe could best the likes of you.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on! Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. You're a healer, aren't you?
Hey! They point out our role.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise? Of course. I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
I wonder if you're using a different role, if they have a different reaction towards this. You did well, Kiora. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. We're at a level 61 quest. See to the wounded, Kiara. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Merchants have survived. That is fortunate. Oh, there's... Meffred. Meffred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenching his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. How an area changes after a singular event. Impressive. And I honestly don't know if them referring to me as a healer is because I am one, as a role, or if they just do that if you even have one healer job unlocked, or class, or if it's just a thing they do. Mnogo, Meffred, where are you? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Meffred was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms, so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him? Not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be a leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it. But there's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we cannot but do our best, as he did. Meffred will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his actions, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him, is all. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total. A humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphinaud said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Rhalgar's Reach is no longer safe. The Imperials have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are fit to make the journey to Cassium Orleans will need to be taken by or those who are not fit to make the journey will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee operations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. There's also a quest we can pick up over here. There's something I would ask of you, lass. I joined the resistance against my mother's wishes. She waits for me back in my hometown. I'm lucky to still be here after that last battle, and I don't want to take her love for granted anymore. Please, deliver this bandana to my mother, and Gahana, on my behalf. And tell her that I said thank you. I want her to know. I understand why she objected to me joining the fight against the Empire. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take what or that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Turn in this one, and we give it to a courier. Miss Marshal Toprin said you might have something for me. Falsely praised. They should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Giselle and the others have safely strapped in. Or are safely strapped in. Don't worry. I'll be by your side the entire time. Thank you, Krilly. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on. You're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then, let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrade's health allows. To Cassium, or to the wall. Hang on. Alright, so it's over there. You've saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. In this state, we'll not be mounting an assault on the Castium Bridge or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our perspectives, but first we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you at the wall. Understood. We will go speak with General Aldine. And he's here. All right. Alright, we had a bit of action. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Zenos and his men returned straightaways to the Specium Imperius after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Zenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to the wall. We can discuss our path forward from there. Alright, we're going to go and take care of this side quest that I found and picked up. I'm halfway to level 70 with this job. This quest is going to give me more experience. I should probably think of leveling up another one real quick after I do this. I do have a lot of quests I can take on in other places as well. And ones that I definitely need to finish up. I should do some quests off stream. I really should. It might actually be enough to get some jobs up in level. Have we met? Why, this is my boy's. Has something happened to him? Thank heavens he is still safe. I tried to dissuade him from joining the resistance, but he would not listen. We had a big fight, and he wound up sneaking out in the dead of the night. It's weighed off my mind to learn that he does not resent me. However, the fact that he has returned to this bandana must mean he intends to continue fighting. If his resolve is truly that strong, then there's little chance of my convincing him to come home. I will continue to pray for a safe return. Also got another quest over there, it seems. I'm gonna quickly grab this ether current though. Okay, now then. Feed the chocobo and put it as a defender stance. Then I will switch job over to Astrologian. Okay. Let's get you to focus on my chocobo and okay, fill up our chocobo. Alright. Honestly, yeah, we're gonna include a piece of food for this. Bust. Okay. Okay, and we're going to walk back there, and while doing so, we will fight enemies with this job to try and get it to level 60. Well, 61 or 62 is going to be needed. But at the very least, okay. Okay, honestly, that is going to take too long. So, what we're going to do instead is we'll go back to being a scholar, and if we hit level 70, we will run a dungeon as Astrologian. Okay. All right, let's hurry up. Okay. Seriously though, I need to level up my other jobs, and I need to do the rest of the side quests. we go. I had to type something real quick. Krilly is with Isola. She still hasn't woken up, but Krilly says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wounds, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen. When that Skull's commander cut down Mifrid, a single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't even a Garlean who did it. It was an Ala Mhigan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the General's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Ala Mhigan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gyr Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors. But they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nago?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Ala Mhigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varys' heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
we take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild. And when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Ala Mhigo has suffered enough.
Alright, so it is going to be pressing the Empire on both sides. Both Doma and Ala Mhigo. Interesting. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves, and see what can be done. Unless you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom, for brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. And this gives us Heaven's Eye Materia 4 or 5 in 3s. And this gives us Quick Arm Materia 5. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue which I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone needs to remain and to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alphinaud, I would have been quicker. It would have been quicker to just ask, as markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arvad and the others? Yes, Elphanod, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Kiara, Elise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lamosa. And to get there quickly, we're going to take the... Oh, no, not priority seal loss. Ah, down here. Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket. All right. Now to get to Limsa Lamosa, we take the ferry right here. All right. Loading, loading. Oh, it's snowing. The Moogle. Highway robbery. Anyway, ignoring those, let's continue the story. I spoke with Erigea and Thancred along the way. To say they were surprised by a stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute its logic. Filebrand was always Ystola's domain. You haven't spent much time here, to be honest. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlwyb lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, inasmuch as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Imperial's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail on Eorzean Alliance's vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvilan of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Isn't Limsa Lamosa all pirates? Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh, yes. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is imperative that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from gods-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by your indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. That's where Tataru comes in hand. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The Five Seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragic tale of how the heir to House Duringier vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor Count remains convinced his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of this whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you're prepared to abide by the capricious whims of fate, I'm willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Tataru, good work. The poor little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? It's such a shame he never returned home. Without him, Count de Dorendel must look elsewhere for a successor, and the good Lord Janquad is one step closer to becoming next in line. How do you feel about that? Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Carvalian won't just throw us overboard? I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind? Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting with capering at the Forgotten Knights seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more quickly, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Karlovan squirm. Quick arm. And we have fending, maiming, striking, and scouting. We're going with maiming because Lancer is what we are preparing for. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alicia, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Ernjere on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Kiara and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of the homeland, and any information they could provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we should reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Kiara. Alright. Inventory? No. We're going to return. Alright. Ethernet. Go to North Shroud. Loop around Korthus. Boop, 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 beep. Marco wants attention. That's all that's going on right now. Alright. Alright, here we are at Revenant's Toll. Time to talk to some Domans. Oh, well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around the House of Splinters. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Greetings, Kira. What brings you to the Toll to this day? What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you Scions have shown us naught but kindness. But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and when we spied an opportunity, the Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos, it seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gotetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagai clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle, even. And now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men in Magitek. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Kyne has become a den for Garlean dogs. You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled in the eastern coast of Othrad, along the banks of the One River. Our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood. Free to travel and fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. All right. Ah, there you are. Anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially as guardians. But anyway, did you know that eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Well, at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Wow. What you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Okay, aiming, healing. We'll go with healing, obviously. Not without incident. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lomosa. Alphinaud said to meet him at the ferry docks, I think. All right. Now then, we're going to finish off the healer set for this, as I believe, oh, no, we still have gloves missing for both healer and lancer, don't we? Speaking of, I do have Reaper, don't I? Yes, it's level 70 though, okay. Oh, there you are. You are returned, Kiara. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, lass. I'll see you to the ship if so.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Full on red mage now?
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others, and take care.
Alright. Pirate ship to the eastern lands. Alright.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You need it on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
That's not good.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
I do too. Odd. Most odd. Well, have you any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind, the current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the Ceruleum engines you have hidden below? Well, why not fire up the Ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lad saw. He has a very small axe for being a very big guy. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea wolf superstitions and fairy tales. Not more. But if you must know, the things which he has been so reticent to name are the souls of the deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Sirens! Banshees! Combination of the two? Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it's probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren of some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse: to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will be rue the day it reeled us in. Siren Song Sea is now accessible. Ooh, it's a duty. We're going to be ending it with a dungeon, so it seems. Enter it with a party of NPCs. I see. So for this one, we have a full 4 members that can switch out. They themselves make up an entire party, with Alphinaud being the healer and Carvelin being the tank. So we have a marauder, a pugilist, a red mage, and ourselves as a scholar. As a full light party. Interesting. I do wonder how this is going to play out. Personnel who are summoning our use. There's going to be a bonus for their first time completing this duty, and it is going to put us at level 70. There we go. Galvanize is being a usual lifesaver. Okay. There we go.
Here it comes!
God, there's more of them. Bio, 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 bio. All right. Alright, but the sharp rocks is our current objective. Okay. Yeah, you're moving like a red. Yeah, you got a floating thing. You're a red mage. You're a full-on red mage now, Elise. Yeah. Island dead ahead. All hands brace for impact. Seems we've arrived. What agree to hosts? There we go. Galvanize is giving more HP to the tank. As it should. Oh no. Yet.
I hope you like it.
Honestly, we don't have to do too much as a healer for the NPCs at this point. Our job is to keep the tank alive, and our summon is doing a lot of that for us. Okay, there's a big banshee over there. That is going to be our first boss of this dungeon, it seems. A sort of nod to the many shipwreck isles that have dotted the Final Fantasy series, including one we recently ventured into in Final Fantasy V. As usual, it is filled with the undead and the debris of ships making the path. Lugat. Dropping bio on it. I imagine that this is going to give us some pirate-looking gear, or perhaps it'll have reference to the undead nature of this. There's certainly something to look into, or to look forward to even. Let's stay on your opposite side here.
You shall fall soon enough.
And we're gonna have to go over here.
Let's give them a show.
Excellent. And oh, Ghost Barq. I was right. Ghost pirate gear. These are both offending, though. So tank related. Also, I feel like this would be level 61 gear, or level 60 gear, being a nod to the Alamegans, and then this being a nod to the pirates. Water shards are crafting material. Alright. I imagine that if you have a magic DPS class or range DPS class in general, you likely replace Alicia. A melee DPS class is likely to replace Lise. The only surefire way I see to have the twins together in this is to play as a tank.
Here it comes! Take this!
Okay. Doing good so far, doing good so far. Another treasure coffer. And I think another boss. Ooh, we got the earrings of healing for this set. This might not be a boss. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Here it comes!
Alright. There we go. Got through them. And we go this way? Yep. There's the boss. Okay. If I missed the treasure chest up there, I am going to find out another time. The governor. Oh.
Here it comes!
That's not good.
Feel the might of the Kraken!
Okay. For that, we gotta run away from them. magic vulnerability is almost gone. And he's summoning more of these. Okay. It is very tricky, I see. Governor is almost down, though. And down, and a level up through the gate. That is for getting level 7. Got the Mask of Maiming. Warden's Hound. Okay. And it's also at this point that we start seeing some differences between the twins, which is actually good to see. Not only did they split off from each other and follow very different paths, they now have very unique fighting styles and attire.
Take this!
Okay. Well, there's a treasure coffer over there. So how do we get to that? Right. The flow is going.
You shall fall soon enough.
Alright, they got this. Let's grab this treasure quick. Ring of Aiming. So we're getting Ghost Pirate gear. I'm going to like Ghost Pirate gear. I'm not gonna lie. Gotten earrings, that's for sure. Where are they? Orthodox. Yep, level 61. So I'll be able to take a look at the Hellfire set still, and there's a treasure coffer over here. Choker of Casting. Specialist Captain. Did these pirates try to capture ghosts and use them for themselves? I mean, undead pirates have been a trope in media well before Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, not in media mainly, but they've been a trope in stories and such for a long point of time. Just look at Soul Calibur. That is one of the best examples.
You shall fall soon enough.
But the story of a pirate so vile hell itself spitting back out has been a big thing for a long time. In lots of stories, legends, myths, folk tales, you name it. It's been around. Maybe they were cursed, maybe they tried to use a power that backfired. Doesn't matter. Story ends the same. And we got the achievement for mapping the land. The entire dungeon. Ooh! You look marvelously horrific. Lorelei. A ghost boss sponsor with the name of Lorelei telling us they've been waiting for us is Peak. Ramble. Through the night. We're gonna do it again. Down into the depths and to your death. No. Okay, so the terms you use are telling me you're spirited. What if you will not serve me? Suffer. Ramble, ramble. Nobody back on her. And this is Lorelei. Just marvelous. You also notice that Crilly herself, we just did that, so I'm guessing you could go for this. Yep. I can go backwards. Ha! I caught on. Lead on you.
Feel the might of the Kraken.
Fades away and get out of there. There we go! And the duty complete. And the missing party member joins us afterwards. So that all of them are here and present. Alright, we're gonna have a cutscene after that.
That appears to be the last of them.
Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
And that wasn't even his halfway point in our journey. Oh boy.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Offard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Oh, Tataru came with us? Tataru came with us. We have absolutely nothing to worry about. Tataru came with us. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Higashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Alright, grab the healing stuff. Sort that quick. That's the ghost set one. But we have these, which are here. Basically the full set, I would assume. Now then. How do these work with those? Okay, is that how it's going to be? It's going to be very similar, at the very least. And potentially better. Well, Scholar is now level 70, which means I am running low on healer jobs to work with here. As you can see. Soon, all my healers will be maxed or put to level 70. As such, I feel like I'm going to have to focus on another role as well. Gunbreaker is already level 60, I could jump it up to level 61 easily enough, but I'm also going to get Black Mage up there, as well as Red Mage. I'm going to get Healer up first though. So Astrologian, Black Mage, and Red Mage will be leveled up. And I'm going to have to eventually get Blue Mage up there as well. But I received 40 commendations. That's interesting. Okay. As for my titles, I will get to more of them later on. But, without further ado, this is going to be it for today. I hope you had a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're up to, whenever you're up to, wherever you're up to, however you're up to it, whoever you're up to it with, and why ever you're up to it. Make sure to drop a follow if you're watching this here on Twitch. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube. No matter the time, no matter the place, no matter the platform you're watching it on, hit that bell for notifications, and go ahead and check out my Discord, where I post a go live notification, and where you can vote on things like what game I play next, what kind of character I make, add a bit of chaos to my streams. If you are watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed my content, go ahead and check out my channel here in the middle. If there's too much there, you're overwhelmed, and you don't know where to start, not a problem. Over here on the right's a playlist that Marco picked out for you. He's a good dog. Yes, he is. He thinks you'll like it, and it's as good a place to start as any. And if you didn't enjoy my stuff, but you stuck around anyway, not a problem. YouTube's got you covered with this video on the left that it thinks you will like. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay happy, stay crazy. Bye.